Good day everyone, good day ma'am. Today, let us talk about Gestalt therapy. Fritz Perls was the main originator and developer of Gestalt therapy. Born in Berlin, Germany into a lower middle class Jewish family. He later identified himself as a source of much trouble for his parents. Kahit bumagsak na ng 2 beses itong si Fritz Perls sa 7th grade, hindi pa rin talaga makakaila yung kanyang talino, yung tinatawag nating intellectual gift. And he returned not only to complete high school but to earn his medical degree with a specialization in psychiatry. In 1916 naman, he joined the German army and served as a medic in World War I. His experiences, which is bilang medic nga sa German army, ang nagtulak sa kanya na pagtuunan ng pansin ang mental na kalagayan ng tao, which led him to Gestalt psychology. After the war, Perls worked with Kurt Goldstein at the Goldstein Institute for Brain Damaged Soldiers in Frankfurt. It was through this association that he came to see the importance of viewing humans as a whole rather than as a sum of discretely functioning parts. Through that, nakita ni Fritz Perls yung kahalagahan ng tao as one complete being. Hindi daw hiwalay-hiwalay yung parte ng tao. It could be yung emotion, yung isip, lahat daw yun ay magkakaugnay-ugnay. Then, it was also through this association that he met his wife named Laura, who was earning her PhD with Goldstein. Perls and several of his colleagues established the New York Institute for Gestalt Therapy in 1952. Laura Perls, from the age of 8, she was involved in modern dance. And still remained vital parts pa rin kahit sa adult life niya, and ni-incorporate niya ito sa kanyang therapy with some client. Already had a rich background when she met Fritz in 1926. Then, nag-collaborate sila, which resulted in theoretical foundation of Gestalt therapy. Then, yung nagkaanak sila, then eventually, naghiwalay din sila based on what I've read. Kiniklaim ni Fritz na siya yung may big part sa therapy na ito. At the 25th anniversary of New York Institute for Gestalt Therapy, Laura Perls stated, without the constant support from his friend and from me, without the constant encouragement and collaboration, Fritz would never have written a line nor founded anything. Laura paid a great deal of attention to contact and support, which differed from Fritz's attention to intrapsychic phenomena and his focus on awareness. So, mababasa natin na may pagkaiba yung when it comes sa contribution nila sa Gestalt therapy. Her emphasis on contact underscored the role of the interpersonal and of being responsive at a time when a popular notion of Gestalt therapy was that it fostered responsibility only to oneself. So, ano nga ba itong Gestalt therapy? It's an existential, phenomenological, and process-based approach created on the premise that individual must be understood in the context of their ongoing relationship with the environment. Awareness, choice, and responsibility are cornerstone of this practice. The initial goals is for clients to expand their awareness of what they are experiencing in the present moment. Through this awareness, change automatically occurs. The approach is phenomenological because it focuses on the client perceptions of reality and existential because it is grounded in the notion that the people are always in the process of becoming, remaking, and rediscovering themselves. As the existential approach, Gestalt therapy gives special attention to existence as individual experience experience, and it affirms that human capacity for growth and healing through interpersonal contact and insight. In short, Gestalt therapy ay nakafocus on how person connect to the environment. Yung awareness, choice, and yung responsibility bilang tao that emphasizes yung personal growth through awareness. Pinipinpoint dito talaga is yung word na awareness. Bakit? Kasi doon, sabi dito kasi doon daw nangyayari yung pagbabago sa isang tao. Contemporary Gestalt therapy, sometimes called rational Gestalt therapy, stresses dialogue and the relationship between client and therapist. The majority of today's Gestalt therapies employ a style that is supportive, accepting, empathic, respectful, dialogical, as well as challenging. The emphasis is on the qualities of the therapist-client relationship and empathic attunement while tapping the client's wisdom and resources. Which means, yung focus dito is building a deep and genuine connection between sa therapist and the client para mas ma-understand nila kung ano talaga yung pinagdadaanan ng client as well as doon ni therapist matutulungan si client ma-discover yung kanyang own strength and inner wisdom to help themselves heal or grow. Although Fritz Perls was influenced by psychoanalytic concept, but he disagreed with some of Freud's beliefs. Freud believed people were like machines. Their behavior was controlled by unconscious problems from childhood. Ito yung problema o karanasan mula sa pagkabata. On the other hand, itong si Perls, he believed that we should focus on the whole person and look at what's happening in the present. Not just sa past lang, but dapat tignan ng tao bilang isang buo. Yung isipan, yung emotion, yung katawan, at kilos ay magkakaugnay-ugnay. Ang mahalaga ay kung ano yung nangyayari sa kasalukuyan, hindi yung sa nakaraan. So, it is more on sa present naka-base si Fritz rather than sa past. We have key concepts, view of human nature. Fritz practice, Gestalt therapy, paternalistically, clients have to grow up, stand on their own, 2 feet, and deal with their life problems themselves. Which means, Fritz Perls saw people as capable of becoming independent and solving their own problems. May kakayahan daw yung tao na harapin ang kanilang mga sariling problema. Perls' style of doing therapy involved 2 personal agendas. First one is moving the client from environment support to self-support. Ine-help niya yung mga client to rely on themselves, hindi yung sa iba. Second, reintegration the disowned parts of owns or one's personality. I-accept mo or i-reconnect mo yung pagkatao mo. Minsan kasi may mga part tayo sa pagkatao natin na kinakahiya natin or nire-reject natin. Pero dito, i-reconnect, i-accept mo, even close man yan or whatsoever. His conception of nature and these 2 agendas set the stage for a variety of techniques and for his confrontational style of conducting therapy. He was a master at intentionally frustrating clients to enhance their awareness. A basic assumption of Gestalt therapy is that individuals have the capacity to self-regulate when they are aware of what is happening in and around them. Therapy provides the setting and opportunity for that awareness to be supported and restored. The therapist is attentive to the client's present experience and trust in the process, thereby assisting the client is moving toward increased awareness, contact, and integration. The Gestalt theory of change posits that the more we work at becoming who or what we are not, the more we remain the same. Fritz, good friend, and psychiatrist colleague Arne Bizer suggested that authentic change occurs more than being who we are than from trying to be who we are not. To sum it up, dapat matutong harapin ng tao ang sarili nilang problema. Gusto niyang tulungan ang mga kliyente na umasa sa sarili at i-embrace yung mga flaws, yung mga bagay na nireject nila sa kanilang sarili. Some principle of Gestalt therapy theory. First one, we have holism. Gestalt is a German word meaning a whole or completion, or a form that cannot be separated into parts without losing its essence. All of nature is seen as a unified and coherent whole, and the whole is different from the sum of its part. Because Gestalt therapists are interested in the whole person, they place no superiority or value on a particular aspect of the individual. Pag sinabi kasi natin Gestalt means whole siya or complete, buo daw. Nakikita or nabubuo yung tao as one complete being. Hindi magkakahiwalay-hiwalay yung bawat parte, like emotion, body, kundi magkakasama-sama. Kasi pag magkakahiwalay-hiwalay, nawawala yung essence of who they are, kung sino talaga sila. Next is field theory. Gestalt therapy is based on field theory, which simply put asserts that the organism must be seen in its environment or in its context as part of the constantly changing field. It sees people as always being influenced by the world around them. Yung relationship, yung culture and situation, since yung environment ay nagbabago din yung behavior ng tao, yung posibleng maranasan ng tao. Next is the figure formation process. Describe how the individual's organizes experience from moment to moment. It tracks how some aspects of environmental fields emerge from the background and becomes the focal point of the individual attention and interest. The dominant needs of an individual at a given moment influence his process. Ito naman yung kung paano pinipili ng tao yung kanyang bibigyang pansin. It could be yung mga nangyayari sa paligid, yung tinatawag nating figure. Pinipili ng tao is nakabase lang sa pangangailangan o damdamin sa oras na iyon. So, may specific lang na pinagpo-focusan yung attention ng tao. Organistic self-regulation naman tayo, a process by which equilibrium is distributed by the emergence of a need, a sensation, or an interest. Organisms will do their best to regulate themselves given their own capabilities and the resources of their environment. Individuals can take actions and make contacts that will restore equilibrium or contribute to growth and change. What emerged in therapeutic work is association with what is of interest or what the clients need to pursue, in a sense of equilibrium or change. Ito naman yung kakayahan ng tao na tugunan yung mga sarili niyang pangangailangan. Kapag may mga nararamdamang mga kulang ganun. For example, is yung tao ay nakaramdam ng gutom, di ba? So, para mabalanse yung katawan ng tao, ay kumakain ito. Ganon din sa therapy, tinuturuan na kumilos, kung paano kumilos yung isang tao para mapaunlad yung sarili ng isang kliyente. Next is yung the now. One of the main contribution of the Gestalt approach is its emphasis on learning to appreciate and fully experience the present moment. Focusing on the past and future can be a way to avoid coming to terms with the present. Polster and Polster, 1973, developed the thesis that power is in the present. It is a common tendency for clients to invest their energies in bemoaning their past mistake and ruminating about how life could it should be having different or engaging in endless resolution and the plans for the future. Gestalt therapy, it focuses on helping people to fully experience the present moment rather than dwelling sa kanilang mga past. Yung pagtutok sa kasalukuyan talaga yung pinipinpoint dito, hindi yung sa nakaraan. Next naman is yung unfinished business. Ito yung mga unresolved emotions katulad ng mga guilt, mga anger, pain from the past na nakakaapekto sa kasalukuyan or sa present ngayon. Gestalt therapy helps people face and release these feelings. Yun yung content ng unfinished business. Sa therapeutic process naman, Gestalt therapy does not ascribe to a goal-oriented methodology. However, because of the complexity of therapeutic work, a well-grounded methodology is essential. The 6 methodological components we considered vital or integral to Gestalt therapy are: first, we have continuum of experience. Ito naman yung sa pagtingin sa kasalukuyang nararanasan ng kliyente. The second, the here and now. Ito naman, it emphasizes yung awareness at the present moment. Hindi yung nagdedwell pa sila sa mga nakaraang mga nangyari sa kanila. The paradoxical theory of change. Sabi, change happens by accepting who you are, not by trying to be someone else, yung walang halong pagpapanggap. Kung ano ikaw, yun, i-accept mo, i-embrace mo yung sarili mo para mangyari yung pagbabago. The experiment dito naman is nagtatry ng mga new experiences during therapy to increase self-awareness. The authentic encounter, dapat may totoong connection between the therapist and the client. Last naman, process-oriented diagnosis. It focuses yung sa client kung paano ito mag-behave, not just what they say. So, kailangan may action, ma-incorporate yung action, hindi lang yung sa mga sinasabi ng mga client. Next is, despite not being focused on predetermined goals for their clients, Gestalt therapists clearly attend to a basic goal, namely asserting and client to attain greater awareness. And with it, greater choices, awareness, it includes knowing the environment, knowing oneself, accepting oneself, and being able to make contact, increase, and enrich awareness by itself is seen as curative. Without awareness, clients do not possess the tools for personality change. With awareness, they have the capacity to face and accept denied parts as well as to fully experience their subjectivity. They can experience their unity and wholeness. When clients stay with their awareness, important unfinished business will emerge and can be dealt with in therapy. Ang layunin ng Gestalt therapy ay mas mapalalim yung self-awareness ng client. Through that, mas makakapili ng tama na makakatanggap sila sa kanilang mga sarili para magkaroon ng personal growth o yung tinatawag na pagbabago. As application to group counseling, as a therapeutic orientation based on a field theory, Gestalt therapy is well suited for a group context. Gestalt therapy encourages direct experience and actions as opposed to merely talking about conflicts, problems, and feelings. If members have anxieties pertaining to some future event, they can enact this future concern in the present. This here and now focus in the events, the group, and assist members in vividly exploring their concerns. Moving from talking about to action is often done by the use of experiment in a group. Gestalt therapy employs a rich variety of intervention designed to intensify what group members are experiencing in a present moment for a purpose of leading to increased awareness. So, yung Gestalt therapy ay mas effective sa group setting by focusing on present experiences and really it encourage talaga yung action over talking, tinatawag natin gawa kaysa salita. Sa pamamagitan ng mga activities is na-express at mas nagkakaroon sila ng understanding about sa kanilang mga sarili o yung tinatawag na self-awareness. That's all. Thank you.